Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Great. So welcome to all of you for this PG job guarantee session. Before we start, if there is any query, any expectations, please do let me know. Meanwhile, I'm introducing myself. So myself, Vivek Swasto, and I do carry 27 years of experience. By qualification, I'm BTech in Electronics and HR certification from IIM Lucknow. And during this 27 years, I've worked with companies like Nokia and Huawei and many government agencies. And at present, I'm focusing on companies which are not doing good. So I'm trying to make them profitable and sustainable using organization development activities. So redesigning organization, making right people at right place, that is what my job is. And definitely defining processes, ERP systems are very important. So that's how I'm connected with SAP also. So now let's quickly take some of the questions which has come. Okay, so Veer Bhadram is asking that whether I'm a graduate student, I'm eligible for this job. See, this is a course, it's not a job. But based on this course, you will certainly get some good job. That is what the idea is. Yes, definitely, if you are a graduate, it's useful for you. It's a postgraduate program, so definitely it is for all graduates. If you are a graduate student, then also for knowledge purpose, it may be useful. But it may not be useful, I can say, as a certification immediately. First, you should be graduate, then this postgraduate program you should go for. But at the same time, if you are willing to have good knowledge, you are most welcome. Anyone, any other query? You will get answer for course fees and duration during this presentation itself. Okay. So can you guys tell why you want to attend this session? What is your purpose? Just you can put in the chat box very quickly within 2 minutes. Why you want to attend this course? You are investing your time. What is within your mind? Okay, Ravi Shankar, good. Good, Naveen. Okay. Fantastic, Savita. It is useful for you. Naveen, also for you. Very good, Sachitra. Okay, Spurti. Good. So you are aware about this program, Spurti? You are interested? Very good. Yes, Shanchi, it will help in payroll and compliance. How about others? Pradnesh, Pujit. It will be good if you can also tell. Yeah. Recruiter or management trainer. Think of one. Both are different dimensions. Both need highly good expertise. Yes, it covers PMS, comp and bend. Good, Savita. Quick decision. Abrar, Anjali, Aradhana. What is your expectation? Good. The name itself is job guarantee, but in this entire word, guarantee only comes from within. So you have to make yourself definitely regarding job, any company, any institute can only provide you opportunities. But ultimately, you are supposed to clear the interview. They can provide you multiple opportunities for interview, that's all. But you have to be confident enough, yeah. And having the knowledge, and that's what we give in these sessions. That you get, I can say, good content, good knowledge, and you can clear the interviews. And that's why I'm asking this question, that how much you are aware why you are doing it. If you are aware, you are clear, half of the job is done. But if you are not clear, then it is very difficult. So far I can see only from 50% people the responses. Naseem, Neela, Priyanka, Shankar, good Aradhana, better job, okay. Okay, Shankar, same thing for you also, better job. How to do background verification is not the HR job. How to get it done is your job. You can get it done. There are agencies who have specialized in this background verification. But HR job is to get it done, not doing it. You can do just one level that, yeah, you can talk to the previous HR, previous company, or get the things over the email, that's all. But proper background verification goes, I can say, when you when actually you get it, everything verified, starting from the mark sheets and all experience letters and everything, including police verification. That's a complete verification actually. There are agencies who do, I can say, this kind of job. Anyway, so let's start this program. I understand most of you have already declared that, yeah, you want to learn the HR part and you want to be very clear for more opportunities. That's what exactly you are. Huh? Obviously, you will get these contents through your coordinator. So this program is going to talk about the HR. And nowadays HR is not the normal HR. Huh? Because technology has changed everything. So simple things. If we talk about the industrial journey, earlier HR means somebody who was only registering the attendance of people, deducting the leave accordingly, making the salary based on the attendance, and that was the major job. But now if you see in most of the company, it has been outsourced. That means core HR person is not doing this job, somebody else is doing this. Especially in the service companies, big multinationals and all those. So what HR does now, what is the major role? That is very, very important to understand. It's definitely payroll and salary is very important. But at the same time, this is getting more and more outsourced because these transactional jobs, companies are not willing to waste more time in this. Softwares are there, systems are there, they can do it faster and better. So that should be utilized. Payroll companies are there, they are using these softwares and things becomes very easy. In present scenario, HR is more towards like a business partner who understand the organization's strategy, how organization wants to move, because now world is highly competitive. Whatever industry you talk, it's very, very competitive. The survival of company, making it profitable, that is very tough job. And HR role, that's how it has shifted from attendance and salary to a strategy part. That you need to understand the business, the competition, and ensure that your human resource in the organization is ready to beat the competition. You are aware about the latest rules, regulations, industry norms and practices, and you are able to ensure that your company is up to the mark or even leading it. So that is something very important part, which as a HR you need to understand. And then only you can be successful in the HR. So let's see that, yes, definitely we'll talk in this course about the complete gamut of HR. So what exactly is HR? Huh? There are, as I said, multiple facets are involved, and I do divide HR into some basic functions. Yes, Srikanth, you raised your hand. Anything? Srikanth Pradhan, you want to say something? You raised the hand. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So maybe by mistake he has done this. So HR is somebody I can say who is building the organization actually. The person or team basically who find the right resource, train them for the right set of job, pay the right set of compensation, define the policies, rules, regulations so that everybody can work amicably without any difficulty. That is what the HR job is. So I divide actually this entire HR into 5 major functions. First is recruitment and selection. So you need to identify right set of people for the company. You need to identify the right requirement of the company. You need to hire people accordingly and put them on job. So this is first phase, recruitment and selection. Second is you provide them right salary, right perks. You compensate them, reward them, award them. So compensation and benefits. So this is the payroll part, I say, completely. And then you abide with the rules and regulations of the government, industry, and various neutral bodies which are responsible for accelerating the industry. So, like ISO certification is one of the key things. Most of the companies are doing it. Just to showcase that, okay, they are sticking with their rules, regulation, and policies, and whatever they define, they practice it. So this is something very important. And that's what we say is the compliance. So compliance is also equally important. So payroll and compliance is the second function. So now you have recruited somebody, you are paying salary. What is question, Praveen Kavale? Who said English is so compulsory? It is important. It's not compulsory. You might be facing it because entry level job, yes, everybody wants that people should be comfortable with English. And that's important because we had been ruled by British for centuries. And that legacy is still there in the mindset that people who are on the upper side of the society, they speak English. That is what prevails in the mind. And most of the rules, regulations, policies are yet still prevailing, which are made by the Britishers. So English definitely rules the entire business, and society is still in the minds of people. But at the same time, yeah, if you understand the content very well, the requirement very well, language is just a barrier till the interview. Most of the owners in the companies, they don't speak English well. They keep well qualified and educated people for this purpose only. So if you know your job well, you can speak in local language as well, and they will give you preference. So anyway, thank you for asking this question, Praveen. Content is more actually powerful, that's what I want to say, than your language. So maybe you are good on the language, but if you don't know content, things will not work. You may get entry, but you will be thrown out. So this was the second pillar. So payroll and compliance. Then third is, once people are well paid now, so you want to understand how they are performing. So third is PMS, performance management system. Many times people do confuse that, okay, this is very important and mandatory practices, but no, this all depends that whether you what kind of company you are, what is the size, what kind of business you are in, what is the stage of company. Accordingly, you should implement performance management system. It's just like doing the gym. It's not required by everybody for all the age. Fine. So if you are a kid, it's not prescribed for you. Same way, it's not required for the company which are startups, because they don't have people. So why to push unnecessarily in these systems, which is not going to add much value. Yes, it is going to, but not much. So very lightly it should be. Same way for the companies which are dying, which are sick, PMS is not that good. So you need to understand what kind of company, yes, PMS will work and what kind of PMS it will work. So exercise is required, but different kind of for every age. Same way for the company age, accordingly you should implement the PMS, where you should go for carry KPI, where you should go for the bell curve, where you should go for the 360-degree. All these are there, and you need to understand that, yes, when to use, how to use, what to use. So once you have done this PMS properly, you get a clear understanding that, okay, who are the people who are working in which job role? Are they really capable, competent people or not? If somebody is working as an accountant, whether the competency of that person is really suitable for accountancy or not. Somebody is working for marketing job, whether he is competent to represent the company as a marketeer or not. So these are very important things which you need to understand, and performance management tells you this very clearly. So once this is done, you get inputs, the gap analysis. That what is the gap between the requirement by the role, job role, and by the person's competency. So that wait Sai Teja, you will get, I can say, this response at the end. So this is something very important, that yes, this gap analysis, you get, I can say, some positive gap, some negative gap. So if there is people who are lacking in some competency, like if somebody is working as a marketing person, marketing role, the person should be very good on the communication and presentation skills. Maybe person is not that good. His competency is a little low than the required one. He may not be right fit for the job then. Same way, there may be people who are working in the marketing role itself, but their competency and decision of communication and decision making is very high. So they are not supposed to waste their time in moving here and there in the market, because they are really good on the decision making. So they should be given the problems to decide and take decisions. So maybe they are fit for the senior roles. So this plus or minus gap of competence, which we get, I can say, out of the performance management system, that should be utilized well. Unfortunately, in most of the companies, this is people are using for as a fear for firing from job. And people also fear that, okay, if this evaluation result I'm not doing good, I may be fired from the job. And this is, if this is happening, then this is failure of the HR management, because they are supposed to ensure that these evaluations are not for firing people, rather these are for the value additions. So if you are not having required competency, you will be provided right learning solutions. If you are having more than required competency, then you will be provided career development path. You can be promoted for this job, or you can be indulged in that job where your competencies are good. And that is what the HR job is. So this learning and development is your fourth pillar, which comes after the PMS system. So you provide right learning or you provide right development path. Even though you do all this, your people will not be satisfied every time. And they might be not feeling completely engaged. They might be still doing a lot of social media and gossips and political discussions inside the organization. So what you need to do, you need to ensure that people are engaged based on the work. Unfortunately, employee engagement is understood as a fun activity. Many company, many HR have seen that, yeah, they think that, okay, what is your employee engagement activity? They will say, I celebrate birthday, we go for picnic, we organize this sport, and that's all. But that is not exactly. Engagement, fun activities are important, get-togethers are important, but actual employee engagement happens when people really like their job, not the fun in the organization. And how to ensure that they are liking their job? For that, you need to promote the culture of award, reward, promotion, mentorship. This kind of things you are supposed to promote, so that people can feel appreciated for good work. And that culture should go in the organization continuously. That is something very important, which you are supposed to do. And this really brings employee engagement. Once this kind of culture you are bringing in, then people start feeling importance of doing value addition in the job. They will be more dedicated. They will be looking forward that I should also get promoted. I should also become mentor. I should also go for some training assignment. So reward, recognition, all this should happen with me as well. So this is something important to understand. And this is the job of HR. It should not be dump and dead. Even you give all this, then also there will be some dissatisfaction and grievances in the mind of people. Still you will feel that, yeah, people are having grievances in the organization. So you need to understand that how to handle this grievance, what is the root cause of this, whether it's a financial reason. Most of the time it can be financial. People are feeling that I'm working hard, I'm not well paid. There may be some emotional situations where people might feel that, okay, I'm important person in the organization, I'm working hard for so many years, and a newcomer is not giving me due respect. So this is a problem which they may tell, they may not tell, but within they can feel, and then they can move out from the organization, that this organization is not the right place for me. Same way, there may be some situational issues where people are exploiting team members, harassing mentally, sexually, physically, and they are not in position to complain or come forward because they are having a fear of losing the job or increment or something. So ensuring that this treatment will be fair is HR job. That boss cannot harass team members. So a lot of policies, practices involved in this, but this is also very important that you handle these grievances, family, and ensure that things happen properly. So the fifth vertical is employee engagement and demands handling. So these are some major pillars of HR which helps you, and definitely to bind all this, HRIS is very important. And that HRIS comes nowadays from ERP or SAP or even people do maintain in the Excel. So advanced Excel is also very, very important actually. So as I said, the need is very well divided into these parts. What exactly you can do in acquisition, you can do planning, recruitment, selection, placement, compensation. You can plan incentive, benefit, perks, and all those. Development, you can plan the career, how career can move with the competency, how trainings can be designed to align with the competencies gap, how organization can be developed for making future ready. Because every industry, 1 to 2 year technology is changing and way of working is changing. So whatever industry you are, and that future ready team is the most important. Otherwise, you will become obsolete and unprofitable. So this is something very key role which HR is going to play. So people has to come out from their admin style of the working, and people need to understand that, okay, by administration, good administration, definitely you can help the organization, but at the same time, if you really want to be a big organization, a profitable organization, you need the HR practices where you can make sure that people are feeling comfortable and they are contributing in pull mode by themselves. You need not to push every time. Push is also very important, but pull is more important. Organization become competitive and profitable once pull mode is there. So that is something the HR role. So for that, some motivation is required. So empowering people is required. Health and safety is very important. That people start feeling I'm safe, my health will be taken care. Performance management is not for firing people, actually it is for development of people. So if this kind of things are happening, then this gives a positive environment. It motivates people for working more. And that is what the job is. So discipline management, grievance management, dispute management, these are also very important to maintain the relationship. People are feeling they are treated very fairly. If this is happening, then it becomes simple that everybody wants to work for such kind of organization. And that is the job of HR. Further importance, if I talk, it's about utilizing the resource which is available. So you need to work on the stone model, not on the brick model. Whatever team is available, try to utilize them. Try to understand which stone, which rock is fitting with another rock. Put them accordingly. Instead of grinding everybody and putting in the shape just like a brick. So that hire and fire culture does not work very long in most of the organization. Definitely, yes, it can work if you have people in abundance available with you. But otherwise, it's better to make the rock house. Limited people, good competencies, very strong team. And that is what the HR role is. Develop the relationship, overall development of the organization, you need to think. Formulate your policies so that people feel comfortable. It should not be burdening. Implement those policies. Review the employee needs, talk to them, development, social welfare. This is all the what HR can play. As a HR, what you are supposed to be. So you should be good on the ethics, good on the leadership, so that you can implement these policies, you can frame these policies. You should have some expertise of discussing people, thinking people, problems, solving it. You should be good on the problem solving. You should be very much organized so that you can save time in putting the facts and figures while making decision. You should be good on communication actually, so that people can feel comfortable with you while communicating. So that is something very important, that these qualities you need to develop within. What will be the future roles? As I said, there are very much demand because technology is making transactional jobs very much uh, regular and very much taking away from the humans. So more and more people orientation of job is happening. And in that scenario, it is important that this people handling is very, very important. So as a HR, you may have job of good coordination, administration, personal manager, analyst, director, deputy director who is implementing policies. So this kind of rules, regulations can be there which you can handle. Life cycle is from end to end, attracting people, recruiting, onboarding, enablement, development, retention, then even separation because people move out as well. And everything should be handled in a smooth way, so that people ultimately do carry a very positive impression about the organization, that this organization is very much systematic, and they can feel that they are really part of a great organization, where they are not wasting time in fighting the rights and telling their needs. They are actually focusing on the job. So this course concept, it talks about all those 5 pillars. So labor law, compliances, compliance, performance management, policies, employee relationship, recruitment, selection, analytics, data, and much more. So all those 5 functions actually. Technically, we are going to combine advanced Excel, SAP HR with the HR concepts. We are going to tell you about the performance management system so that people understand about how to define goals, how to build efficiency in the teams, how to bring more clarity on the scope, bringing more effectiveness actually with clarity of scope, how to bring improvement in the people if they are not able to perform as per the expectations. It also deals with the different kind of compensations. So base pay, commission, bonus, equity, stock options. Stock options are nowadays very important because your startup companies are offering very openly stock options to the people who are working with them in senior role, critical role, so that they don't feel only that they are salaried, they also feel they are partner in this company and they will get benefited by the growth of company. So these are the concepts which we are going to discuss in this course. So as a HR business partner, roles and responsibility. So as I said, make the team future ready. Being a coach and consultant, so you can help people in achieving their work. Being a coach, so maybe you cannot tell them technical things, skill things, but you can tell them the framework of the policies, practices, strategy of the organization, so that people can easily understand this. So it's just like you cannot drive the car for them, but you can be a kind of Google map for them. that you can tell very clearly that yes, this is the way with congestion, this is the way which is free. So that is something very, very important, that what as a coach and consultant you can do for them. You can put some business equipment to work so that you can contribute value addition to the organization, making it profitable, making it, I can say, more sustainable and growth oriented. You can make competitive organization. So you are not going to pay unnecessarily very high price, high salary and making organization at the loss. At the same time, you are not paying very low. Learning environment, facilitation of work environment, all this you need to take care to make sure that organization is very much competitive. People are not greedy for moving out because of any benefit, facilities, perk, which is going to attract them from the competition. So that is the job of HR, that you need to ensure that these things are very highly competitive in your company as well. You need to empower department heads, leaders, so that they can take their decisions, they can groom their team, they can empower themselves for betterment of the business. So top management burden will be reduced if more decisions can be taken by the people at their own level. And that hierarchy, that policy, that framework, that practice, you need to bring in the organization. Use the data to influence decision so that people don't say that you are biased, you are favoring some casteism, region, alumni status, or anything else. You are actually using this data to provide the decisions, fact-based people, and that's how things will work for the growth of organization. The entire Mahabharata happened because of it was not data-driven. It was biased. So strengthening the culture and experience of the employee so that every employee should become a brand ambassador to the company. That is what exactly is the HR's role. You need to understand this. Yes, international payroll trainings are there, Pradeep. Some of employee relationship which you are supposed to. So hire people, nurture them at every stage, discuss with them, whether they are senior most, whether they are junior most, or the middle management, any kind of people, engage them properly in the work, attract them continuously with the new opportunities, new challenges which are thrown to them by the organization, by the market, and through this company. So you can always motivate people, always attract people for the new challenges, new things which are there, new targets, new learnings, and let them discover themselves along with the organization that how they can grow further. This is a screen process for the resume, very important for you to select people as well as get selected. So some of the things, yeah, educational qualifications, skills, very important. Nice to have domain expertise and soft skills. So, and anything special, definitely that can make sure that you stand out of the crowd. So that kind of screening system, you should understand, you should bring into the system so that you get the right people. And same also applies for you when you are applying for the other organizations. If you use analytics proper, nowadays this is very much in requirement and demand. So you can make sure that organization is more sustainable actually. So you can improve the hiring because you are hiring the right people based on the analytics. And what is my need? What kind of people are they? You can reduce the attrition because people are finding the right job, right environment. So they are not going to leave the organization. Their experience is getting more better. Their productivity is going to be more better. They are improving the process very much regularly, and employee is gaining trust from the organization is gaining more trust from the employee, and that's how HR is actually ensuring that things are working very, very smartly and very sustainable. So you can represent the data so that management decisions can be made very well. You can handle the data storage very well so that records and verifications can be done for long durations. Also analytics can be done. You should know the tools for the data analysis, which will be part of this course. So you can do it well. Data pyramid is also very important. This journey from data to wisdom is very important. You need to understand. So what is the context? Accordingly, data should be converted into the information. And we should know that, yes, who is doing, what is doing, where it is doing, when it is doing. This all is, I can say, converting data into the information. Then further, driving some meaning out of this information is actually the knowledge that, okay, how many employees I have, how many females, how many males, how many graduates, how many postgraduate. This information, when you are converting into meaningful, okay, I can take these people for the new job, new roles, new assignments. This actually making meaningful, and this is making you more knowledgeable. The knowledge system is there. Further, if you know the insight of this knowledge, who are the really capable people, who will be the weak in decision making, and this and that. So with all the reasons of why you are thinking like that, that creates the wisdom, and that data pyramid has to be taken care by the HR. Same way, decision tree is very important, that you create the hierarchy properly so that decision can be made. Please mute yourself if you are unmuted by chance. Thank you. So getting started with Henry Arvin. So Henry Arvin started in 2013, based in San Francisco, California. It's a competency development organization and focusing on the learning solutions. We cater diversified audience from many industry and academics. So far, we have delivered instructor-led training to more than 4 lakh learners, self-paced learning for more than 2 lakh learners, more than 120 plus courses are there, vendor with more than 180 corporates, and partner with more than 110 colleges span of India. This program which you are asking for, so it's a 6-month live training. You will have access to the recorded video lectures. So whatever we are talking, it's all recorded. You will have access to e-learning portals. Placement assistance will be given so that you get more opportunity for interview. Internship assistance will be given so that you can learn more practical things. Boot camp sessions will be there so that you can go for the more certification programs. 1 year gold membership will be there so that you get more benefit on the server and other tools. Soft skill sessions will be given so that you can face interviews much better. And 24/7 support is definitely there. So you get, I can say, some complementary modules on resume writing, soft skill development, which are very useful actually. So what you can be after this course, you can be a good recruiter, trainer, analyst, specialist, manager. All depends on that how you want to move further. We have, I can say, these things which are going to happen over here. This training sessions will be presentation, audio, video, online. Right now we are having like user manuals will be in your LMS system, hands-on sessions will be there, discussion activities will be there, and as a combination, it is going to work for you. So this PG program for 6 months is instructor-led program based with some certification, examination, different trainers for unlimited batch, monthly boot camp, placement supports, e-learning will be there, recorded learnings will be there for the batch, and the fee is 134,500. So now I hope many questions get answered. I will answer this question. Somebody asked from Samsung phone. Diversity. No problem. Let me finish and then. So updates on the best performance and news you can take from these different social media platforms. These links are there, which I am putting in the chat box. So this weekend batch is going to start from the 25th January. You can do some WhatsApp or email at hello@henryarvind.com and they will connect. You can also enroll on this link. So if you have any questions, feel free. Somebody was asking for, yes, EMI facility can be there. Your coordinator will be helping you out on that part. To maintain diversity in the organization, somebody asked on the Samsung phone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It depends on the size of organization also, how big the organization is and how much experiment actually they allow to you for doing it. But yes, this all goes, I can say, with your manpower planning and the accordingly you can keep in mind that how to keep the balance. You can fix the limits that people will come from which stream, which sex, what education, what background, and accordingly you can ensure that diversity is taking place properly at your organization. It's not that people are coming from only one region, one college, or one race, one creed. That actually makes organization very much monotonous kind of. Different colors, different culture, different languages. Give